everyone. I am making this video to share with you a vision I had. No, it was a dream. Sorry, the vision is after this. Anyway, so in my dream, there was this little blonde boy. He looked about like 10, maybe 11, 9, I don't know, somewhere in that range. And his mother and his dad, so his mother was on his left and his dad was on his right, and they were both talking to him, and Jesus, but Jesus in my dream seemed like really authoritative, which kind of leads me to believe like he was between God and Jesus. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but he looked like Jesus, but he had the presence of God. Does that make any sense? Like, Jesus is human, but he looked human, but you could tell he was God. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. And he was talking, he came up to the mother and they started talking, and then the boy starts talking to Jesus, and he's saying stuff. I don't know what he was saying. It seemed like a different language to me. And he was like being really rude and like spitting as like stuff was coming out of his mouth. And Jesus was like, he was like calm, but he was like, okay, stop. Like, don't spit in my face. And the boy straight up like gathered up spit in his mouth and spit at his, like, right somewhere here. I don't know exactly where. But he spit, like, in that area. And Jesus was like, and then he walked away. And his mom grabbed the boy, and she was like, you need to go apologize right now. Right this instant. Go. But the boy wasn't sorry. And the boy went over to Jesus, because Jesus was walking away, and he was like, hey, mister, but I don't know what exactly he was saying. It just sounded like a random language. It kind of sounded like, hey, mister, but I had literally no idea. And he was like, hey, mister, and then I knew he apologized somehow. Like, I just knew he apologized. And Jesus was mad. Like, he was mad that he apologized. And then Jesus was like, I do not accept your fake apology, because it wasn't a real apology. You can't make someone apologize if they're not sorry. You can't make them sorry. You can only make them apologize. And if you're making them apologize when they're not sorry, you're making them lie. So the boy got in trouble for lying and not in trouble for just a fake apology. He got in trouble for straight up lying. Jesus does not care about apologies if you don't mean it. And neither should anyone else. What's the point of apologizing to someone if you don't mean it? Like, I see parents do this all the time, where like two siblings are in a ruffle, and they'll pull them out and they'll say, apologize to each other, hug each other, and it never works. Never. I've never seen it work. I don't think that's happened to me, but I've seen it happen with a lot of our kids, like right in front of my face. And I'm like, that doesn't work. Because they'll like hug each other, and then they'll be like, sorry. And then the parents are like, well, you have to say what you're sorry for, and then they say what they're sorry for. They're not sorry. You can't make them sorry. You can just make them apologize. You can ask them if they're sorry or not, and if they say yes and they're lying, that's on them. But if they say, no, I'm not sorry, then you can say, okay, then apologize when you are sorry. Because if you're making them lie, that's on you. Because you're the parent and you're supposed to be protecting them, and you're supposed to be keeping them from doing any sins. And I know you can't. You're supposed to raise them and teach them and be a mentor. But if you're mentoring them to say sorry when they're not, you're mentoring them to be lying on occasions.